Hello again. Well, after yesterday's very unstructured walk, where I just wandered aimlessly around because my son was due up, which he did come up, of course, and it was lovely, and I saw them, and they had a great time on holiday, but that's not my point. The point is that today we're definitely on a much more structured walk. Because on the 10th of January 1943, Teignmouth suffered one of the biggest air raids it's had. At around 2:30 in the afternoon, Luftwaffe came over and bombed Teignmouth, and particular areas of damage were Saxe Street, Alexandra Terrace and Powderham Terrace. 20 people died. So what we're going to do today is follow my basic normal route to Polly Steps, but paying attention to the areas that were bombed, mentally paying our respects to the people that passed, and showing some photos of the damage. 1943, 10th of January, 2:30 in the afternoon. Now I believe that St James's suffered some minor damage, but in this area here, as you can see how the roads go up there and the houses go up there. Well, they didn't used to stop here, they used to carry on down, and all this was like normal little small houses, and this entire area completely obliterated. And that's why these flats were built here, because all the houses were cleared. Now I can't line this up obviously because I don't know which way I'm looking, but I promise you this is Saxe Street just after the bombing. So yes, all this area here was completely taken out and these flats built. So you just imagine the two roads there carrying on down. Anyway, awful. And normally at this point I'll be heading down towards Polly Steps, but I'm not. Heading upwards today because I want to get to the other end of Alexandra Terrace to not really line up a photo because the photo is taken with half of Alexandra Terrace missing, but to show you the houses behind the houses that are missing, so you can sort of mentally line it up yourself in your mind. I think this is the first time we've walked up this way on the channel. Walked down it many times, but first time we've walked up. Of course, you used to walk up and down here all the time back when I was at school, but that was rather a long time ago. There's the back of those new flats where Chris lives. And here we go, main drag through town, or out of town I should say, towards Newton Abbot. So here we go, Clay Lane, down to where Chris's flat is now and the job centre was once upon a time. But the houses that we're particularly interested in are the ones up ahead of me now. I'll try and explain. Okay, so looking up, it's these houses here, the backs of those, going to feature quite heavily in the photo because this end down here of Alexandra Terrace was completely destroyed. So we're going to see a shot from down there somewhere looking up at the destruction of this end of Alexandra Terrace and those houses in the background. Here we go. Well, there we go, that's that end of Alexandra Terrace obliterated, but those houses were unscathed. So we're going to find ourselves going along to Polly Steps now, and the next bombing photo is not until we get to Powderham Terrace a little bit later in the video. But as usual, I'll have put timestamps down below, so if you're not that interested in the walk but you're interested in the history side of things, you'll be able to just skip ahead. covered bridge. No jumping off today. Oh no. There's the alley with all the scaffolding. Someone walking down there today. Now looking along at the roofs of Alexandra Terrace, get to there in the centre where it raises, and that's like a separate level of buildings. So I'm going to say that's where we were looking at just now. It was completely demolished, and from there down is the original Alexandra Terrace pre-bombing. Now you won't hear it, but there is some sort of children's event going on in Shoulden. I'll try and zoom in on it, take the wind blocker off for a sec. Here we go, this is Shoulden Beach. Again, I can't see anything on the phone, but hopefully you'll be able to see it, and I'll see it later when I look at it on the big screen. I say some sort of children's event. Henry's over the line now. Hey, well done, Henry. Winter Rose, all present and correct. Lovely. Just missed that train. Never mind. Sure there'll be a few more. Any birds today? Oh, it's a swan. That's a rarity. Oh, there's his mate hiding around there. I see. Brilliant. There he is. Hello, mate. I've seen you for a long time. You've been up river, apparently. And there's his mate. Swan number 1. And swan number 2. Lovely. Didn't think I was going to see a couple of swans today. Excellent. Well, aside from the swans and the breeze, everything seems relatively normal, all present and correct up here today. So I won't linger. I'll crack on with my walk, head off towards the fish quay. Oh yes. It's a battle between Poppy and Lauren in the events in Shoulden. Heard that quite clearly, but you didn't, I doubt, because I got the wind blocker on. Black and yellow like an angry wasp. got their stage set up again at the Ship Inn for music for the bank holiday weekend, which is due. That'll be me this afternoon. Pop the magic dragon. And a collection of shoes. Lovely. Right, a little bit of foreshadowing for the next bit about the war in a minute. You see the building up there, or the roof up there with the red thing that we're focusing on. That's the back of the Linton Hotel. And as you can see down there, the backs of Powderham Terrace are all pretty much identical. And then just up past the Linton Hotel there, we see we've got the flats built and a different back to those. Now that's the bit there that was destroyed, which you're going to see in a minute, up from the Linton Hotel, or the Teignmouth House Hotel. Anyway, back to the walk, and then when we get around the other side, that'll all make sense. Hot dog. There's that beach event again in Shoulden. Just see lots of blurs on my phone, but hopefully it'll be a bit clearer for you. There's a bit of empty beach. Oh, there's a ferry. Lovely. Right, so remember earlier on we were around the back of Powderham Terrace. Now we're around the front. Now this actual picture, I will admit I have shown before on the channel, but the second one I haven't. So what we're looking at now, I'm not going to try and line it up exactly because it's a bit pointless. Right in the centre there, that's the Linton House Hotel, okay? And that's the very corner there, you'll see in the picture, as all the houses here were destroyed. So here's the original picture that you've seen before. And here is one you've not seen before, which is a close-up. I believe the same wall. Not 100% sure, but it's definitely Powderham Terrace. It's definitely from the 10th of January 43 at the 2:30 in the afternoon bombing raid. Here you go. Well, that's the end anyway of the World War II shots for today. But in a day or so's time we're coming back to a different air raid, a different part of town, and some more photos. So we'll see that when we see it. Well, the breeze is certainly picking up a bit now. $18 degrees. Yeah, I'll give it that. Like I say, it's not cold. Guess it's the wind. Not too bad today. Now the Lido says it's open, but if what I've learnt it to believe to be true is true, it isn't. Let's go and look at the notice on the door and see if I'm right. Yeah, there we go. So apparently the Lido has got a leak, and they're closing now to fix it, and they're not reopening again this year. Now they were due to close on the 3rd of September anyway, which seems ridiculously early to me, but that's the Lido for the year. What I seem to think is quite amazing is that when I was younger, and it was no more than just a hole in the ground with tiles and water in it and an old-fashioned heating system, and it was open all day long, nearly all year round. It was always open. Now we've had it all redone, we've had all the heating system redone, we've had it all, you know, modernised, and it's gone wrong straight away. Isn't that just about on par with normality these days? Such a shame, such a shame. And there's the seawall. Won't be visiting it today, but probably tomorrow. Oh yes, look forward to that. And there's the Lido, half drained. Will they, in inverted commas, fix it? And there we go. Another walk comes to an end. Not the longest one distance wise, but managed to get around, do what I wanted to do. Do my pictures of the bombing raid on Teignmouth. And yeah, so all good as far as my walk goes anyway. Got to get home now, move some furniture around because we've got someone coming up to clean the floors later on. But that's okay. All good. And I'll see you tomorrow, hopefully. Same time, same place. Take care. Bye.